Hey there, friend. How you doing? Welcome to Soulvine. This is Jamie. We are checking in for your energies, Pisces. Sun, moon, and rising will be the most dominant. The energy right now is quite potent. We've had an open into the Lions gate portal. We've also got Venus and Jupiter conjuncting. There's just a lot of beautiful energy and a lot of intense energy at the same time. So let's work with this and, jump into the energy and see what you need most right now. So let's look at the current situation at hand with the current energy. Thank you, Spirit. What does our Pisces friends need to know? Okay, straight up, current energies, we have got the Lovers card. Okay, let's have a look what is crossing this. Oh, the Emperor. Let's have a look what's influencing this situation. We've got the Five of Cups. Let me just move this down a bit. Past impacting the present. Wow, we've got a few flippers there. I'm going to take them, guys, okay? So we've got the High Priestess, Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles, okay? What's above this right now? Mental space. We have got the Ace of Swords. In the distance horizon, we have got the Chariot. Cancerian energy. We've got Pisces energy and Aries energy quite strongly here, and Gemini energy. Okay, your power in this situation. We have got the King of Swords. Current environment. Okay, we've got two here. We've got the Justice energy and the Two of Wands, which is also Libran energy. Hopes and fears. Four of Wands. And then potential outcome. Potential outcome here. Thank you, Spirit. We've got the Tower. We'll dive more into that. And then underneath, Knight of Pentacles. All right, let's jump in, Pisces. So current energy and what's crossing it, we do have the Lovers and the Emperor energy. So there could be a choice when it comes to a masculine energy or when it comes to some form of work. This could also be in relation to a current connection that, there's some controlling elements there or something quite rigorous around it right now. When I think of Emperor, when I think of Aries and connect into the energy, again, this could be related to, like I said, a masculine energy just overall, but it just seems one like someone who could be quite strong, quite independent, quite, fixated in doing things their way, how they show up, because it's currently challenging the dynamic, but this could also be a choice for you that needs to be made. So let's dive in further and see where this is taking us right now. In terms of what's influencing this and what's going on underneath, you do have the Five of Cups. So there could be some sense of disappointment right now, or what you're recognizing, seeing, or feeling, something about feeling let down, a bit of sense of loss around something or disappointment, and, kind of contemplation on where you want to be and where you want to go next, or how you actually truly feel about this. And like I said, what you want to do with it. In terms of the past, it's interesting that you have the High Priestess, the Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. So this could be something, this to me feels like something about freedom, okay? Something around your past. And this is where some of you could be reflecting is like, I think most of us don't want to go back to the past. I think there's many beautiful things that we've learned, we've gained, we've achieved and whatever. But there's something here about some sense of freedom that I feel you could be recalling when you had some form of intuition or some form of knowing or some form of feeling here with this High Priestess energy that something was amiss, something wasn't right, something wasn't feeling good. And I think there was a situation where someone had left something, or maybe you felt someone was leaving, something was happening. And I feel you had a very strong sense around this. And if this could have been you or someone else, but whatever you had left behind, put you in quite a strong sense of freedom and independence. And I feel like gaining yourself back in some way. And for some reason, this is reflecting upon you again, based on, I think previous experience. That's where we get our greatest insight from, where we can also have amazing foresight because we know where we've been, what we've experienced before, what we're willing to participate in, what we're not. And I think there's something here that you could be reflecting on regarding a choice in a relationship or a choice at work here right now. There's some sense about freedom that I feel you're really connected to. And when we get into the headspace, into what's going on above us, there's something here about the truth of a situation or some new ideas or focusing on something new and something fresh that you're feeling connected to here. There's some breakthrough that I feel is happening. That's coming to light here, or that's what you're trying to work out, find, and connect into. Because I feel once you do that, Pisces, you do have the Chariot energy in the near future, okay? The Chariot is about, again, it can be about a choice in a destination where you're going, but it's also controlled, something that you're taking charge of, something that you're leading, something you're stepping into, and that's picking up pace. It's like, okay, I've got the clarity I need, let's go. So I feel like you're getting this. I don't know if some of you are going to also potentially travel to see someone or go a certain way, but there's something specific in your life that's either work related or relationship related that I feel you're gaining some insight for yourself on what you feel connected to, but you're also, it's making sense. It's not just the heart that you're leading from. I feel like you're really getting connected to your intuition, where you're feeling called from, your past experiences, and you're kind of putting it all together and going, you know what, this is where I need to be. This is what I need to do for myself. I feel like a very strong energy within you that's really driving this forward right now. It's just like no more nonsense. You don't want to be in a place where you're not feeling great, right? No one does. But I think it's important to recognize here, is there something you have witnessed that you don't like from your past that you've been in terms of a situation? You're like, I am not engaging in this way, this life, this situation. So I feel like something's making sense here of going in a new direction, but I feel like this is on purpose, right? Spirit's presenting something to you to go, hang on, is this what you really want? And it's kind of like, I'm heading this way, whatever this way is. So let's unpack it. Because you do have the King of Swords in terms of your power situation. So the King of Swords is a lot about, again, clarity, being very clear, but also determined and serious about where you're going. And I think it's having high standards. I like this energy for you, Pisces, whatever this is. It's, again, there's this strength about you that I'm really feeling, that you know who you are, you know what you want, you know what you're doing, and it makes sense to you, and that's all you need, right? And that's your power in this situation. There's just something that you're like, these are my standards, and I'm not taking anything less. I'm going, for the best roles, for the roles that I feel most connected to. I'm putting my foot in the, myself in the ring here. I'm playing for high game, high keeps, And then if this is about a relationship too, I think there's a part of you that you want the mental peace and clarity. While that comes within ourselves first, we also recognize when something is taking away versus giving life to something. And again, I feel like that's what you're connecting into. Because in terms of the environment right now, Two of Wands and the Justice energy. Some of you could be looking at a potential separation here and what that looks like. But this could also be, being honest with yourself, wanting to be in situations that are built on, I feel, a foundation of harmony, balance, truth, clarity, transparency. There's a lot here because whatever these plans are that's next, I do feel there could be for some of you some new contracts in play as well, especially if this is work related. King of Swords too could also be stepping into a role or a position, again, where the work is highly articulated, in terms of that, leading something here. But this could also be some legal matters. King of Swords and Justice energy can be strong legalities of some kind, or strong contractual arrangement or agreement and discussions. So there's something here about, again, partnership or choice. You've got that coming up twice, 3 times here now. So, I think whatever this is or wherever you're going, the hopes and the fears is that you're coming back into home, coming back into self, coming back into a place where you feel strong in connection, in partnership, and whatever that may be, okay? But then the near future, we do have the Tower. So I am going to further clarify that, because I don't want to leave just on the Tower energy. The Tower energy means something's falling into place, but naturally with the Tower energy, there's also something falling away. So let's peek in a little bit more. I'm seeing if I want to keep the same deck or not. And it's kind of giving me a yes. Okay. Because normally I like to clarify, but I'm just going to be clarifying the Tower energy here. So let's have a peek more on what this Tower energy is about. Thank you, Spirit. What is this Tower energy about? Okay, well, something is dead, done, over with. You can't get much more over than the Death energy and the Ten of Swords. So there's definitely something where a significant change is happening here with a significant relationship or a significant part of your life here, Pisces. So either a relationship or something to do with your work. There's a significant change, but I feel like the hard stuff's over. Let's get a little bit more here. I want to unpack a little bit more on this, and now I am going to get another deck. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right. Let's get a little bit more on where this is all heading to and what we need to understand about whatever these endings are. I feel a lot of this Tower energy has already been, but I also sense that whatever the difficulties have been, the challenges, I feel like they're really over here, Pisces, okay? But let's get more. Clarify the Tower one more time. Thank you, Spirit. What's this Tower? The Devil energy, okay? Ten of Swords, what do we need to know? The Moon. And Death energy. Queen of Pentacles and the Tower. Wow. So we've got the Tower twice with this Death energy. Share more on this Queen of Pentacles. The Sun, beautiful. The Tower. Knight of Wands. And then the Moon energy. Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Wands, and then the Devil. Death energy, Nine of Pentacles. Okay. I'm getting like at some point in time there was a strong secret. Something to do with this Queen of Wands energy. Again, this feels past energy. I feel like something's coming out that may have been, maybe you already know about it, but I feel like something's coming out here. Maybe you had some feeling, some intuitive thing here. But the Tower with the Devil, if there's been anything unhealthy, I feel like that's falling away, and that's a good thing. Okay, maybe too, if there was any, spiritual bounds to something or to someone from your past based on something here where there was perhaps a sense of betrayal or something of this nature or something that was hidden, but maybe intuitively that I feel like there's a sense of relief. I feel like this is no longer having ties and bounds to you. So, sometimes we can say, yep, we've definitely moved on and, we've got this amazing life and we're so happy without them. But sometimes we don't realize people still have spiritual hooks in us. And I feel something about that is kind of letting go here. In addition to that, this Death energy with the Nine of Pentacles that's confirming the Devil energy. Again, I feel with this, what do you call it? Scathe? Is that what you call it? I feel like it's clearing out something here. and putting you into a very strong position of success. You've got the Nine of Pentacles here again. So there's definitely something powerful from your past that's positioning you again in this Nine of Pentacles energy. It's like you're clearing out something for good, but it feels more spiritual and energetic, okay? And it was, I feel, from some difficult ending that you've had in your past. There could have been another energy involved or something of that nature. But what I like about this, again, with this death energy, you've got the sun. So something significantly transforming, opening up, and it's positioning you for success in quite a strong, secure position here. This could be work-related. You do have the Pentacles. Interestingly, the Tower with the Knight of Wands, I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of attention, Pisces, okay, around something here. A lot of attention. Let's get a little bit more on what we need to know about if there's anything that needs to be seen here with this sun energy. What do we need to see with the sun? Five of Wands, yeah. So any difficulties that you've been feeling, anything that's been challenging a situation, accomplishing something, going towards something, I feel like this is clearing that out, okay? Maybe things that you haven't seen before come to light as well, which is really supportive here, okay? I'm just going to put the cards here so you can see them a little better. But yeah, I feel like whatever needs to heal, clear out, make sense of, that's going to happen here. Again, there's something that's been challenging something, and I feel like you're moving through this. Queen of Pentacles, what do we need to know about the Queen of Pentacles? The Fool and the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, again, an opportunity, something strong coming on in here that I feel is going to position you for success here. Pisces, the Tower energy. Look, 10 of Pentacles. Share more on this 10 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. And this Knight of Wands. What do we need to know? And we've got the Eight of Swords and the Page of Swords. Yeah, I think there's a couple of things here, is really also trying to understand someone's intentions. I do feel like for some of you, there's some powerful energy that's stepping into your home life or into successful endeavors around your finances and stability, okay? Again, I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of attention here. There's something energetically that I feel is shifting that's going to really support you and allow you to expand in a way that you haven't expanded for a while. And it makes sense with the energy coming through right now, which is quite potent on the home front, but also on your career endeavors, you know, your artistic endeavors, the things that you want to pursue. So I'm really seeing that right now, like something new is coming on in that I feel it feels really good. I think maybe you're surprised on what comes in, but interestingly, this Page of Swords is giving me a sense of clarity, like it's cutting some cords. I don't know why, and it's interesting. The Eight of Swords too is like that trapped energy, but I'm really feeling Archangel Michael energy with this Page of Swords. This Page of Swords has anything to say here for our Pisces. Page of Swords, what does this Page of Swords need to say? Yeah, and this is what I mean. It's cutting out whatever was attached to some hurt or defeat here. Intuition, High Priestess, your energy again, and Strength energy. Yeah, I feel like just something's going to make a lot of sense here with this energy that's coming on through. It's kind of sensing here the worst is behind you. It's where there has been hurt, defeat, difficulties, you know, that have impacted you, and again, things that may have let you down. I feel like you're breaking free from this, okay? And I feel like there's this knowing of something really opening up. You do have the Sun energy over here, and you do have Strength energy, which is very strong Leo energy, and we are in Leo season. Yeah, so I'm sensing here there's something quite brilliant that's opening up, but there's something that I feel you're connected or tapped into here. And I do feel opportunity, lots of opportunity. I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of attention here, Pisces. And whatever that is, it's trusting your intuition on where to shine and show your confidence and show your truth in this matter. Let's get you some final advice. Thank you, Spirit. Final advice for our Pisces. Main female, toil and labor. One more. Thank you, Spirit. Family room. Yep. So I think there's going to be some further decisions made on the home front here, Pisces. And I feel like Spirit is asking you, for some of you, I feel like there is a sense of help that you need from the people closest to you. For some of you, this could be related to what's going on in the home front or on the home front right now. Someone's been working really hard, I feel. And, you know, there's also change being asked, but whatever change is happening, I feel like there's a decision that could be made that's made with more than one person, or some result of something coming out that you get to share and get to, you know, discuss with people. I feel, again, for some of you, this is going to be discussing around the home front, but this could also be discussing and making decisions here to make a change around your career or something of this nature. Toil and labor is a lot about work, but it could be too, like someone isn't showing up and giving their energy the way that they should be giving their energy, perhaps to work or to a relationship or to something on the home front. But I feel this is you leading this with this main female energy, Pisces. I'm taking this as, you know, the feminine energy here coming through and being able to say, you know, I can't keep operating at this or this level. I you know, and some conversation. Interestingly, we do have family room, which is number 3. We do also have the Emperor energy, number 4. I'm just getting a sense here, and then we do have mature man, number 5. So I feel like there's a request for some change, some openness, but also to some decision making on what this future of yours is also going to look like. But I feel like you don't need to hold back in terms of what you're expressing, but I feel like, again, it's opening up some form of conversation to make a decision on what you guys are going to do in the future, and something's going to drive something forward, because we do see in the new future, which is also distance horizon, that there's going to be some change going on here. 5 is also change, but it's a very mature, supportive change that's happening here. So I feel like right now, really trust your intuition and maintain, you know, a controlled element when it comes to your intuition, and maybe, you know, keeping things a little bit more to yourself with this change. But when you're ready to make this change, be okay to have those conversations, open up. But I feel like some decision is being made for you that's going to help support your growth. For some of you, I do feel this is, you know, a new job, a new direction in your life that you're wanting to go, that's going to up level, you know, the home front, your financial stability. And, you know, some of you could be making a change on where you're living. But again, sometimes to make these changes, you do, you know, lean into those closest to you or gain advice or support from family members or close friends. Obviously, you know, family is not necessarily just blood, but yeah, I feel like that's happening right now. So, you know, trust in those energies of those people that you can trust. But I do feel like you're getting an energetic shift happening. What has kind of held you on, that you, again, on a spiritual sense, I feel like that's kind of been released and cleared out here, and you're stepping into just something new timeline, new thing coming in. And again, this energy right now, astrologically, I feel is very, very strong for all this to open up and unfold. So yeah, like always, as I say, you know, enjoy the process, pause where you need to pause, Pisces, and feel confident when you need to step forward. But Spirit's simply asking, you know, do it in a controlled but confident manner. You've got a lot of things that I think you're reflecting on what is acceptable, what's not. But I feel, you know, if you're disappointed in your career right now or in your partnerships, what are those things underneath that's coming up for you? What is it last time, like, that intuitively you knew something, and when you walked away, you saw things open up for you? Again, there's like that freedom, and sometimes we don't realize energetically things from our past are holding on to us. And I feel there's this breakthrough. There's like this spiritual release, final maybe wrapping up of a soul contract, energetic contract. There's something here that's releasing and clearing out, and this really beautiful new energy coming on in. So good luck with it all, whatever that you're doing. And keep moving forward in your grace, in your beauty, in your strength. And I look forward to hearing more about it. I'll catch you later. Bye.